Hey guys, it's TechRain here and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be reviewing the Sceptre 27-inch 100Hz gaming monitor. That's right, if you guys did not know, my dad recently got this for himself for using it as a test monitor for some stuff he does on the side, but he asked me if I would like to review it here today. And of course we're doing exactly that with this monitor because I saw this when this came in and I was pretty curious to see how is it? Is it actually that good? Because it's only $109. That is right. So this is a budget gaming monitor, which is kind of interesting that you can find one for that price. And you know, sometimes with these kind of things, they cut out on some things, but I'm not entirely sure what's exactly the catch for this one. But let's go over the specs. So first thing you know about this monitor, this is a VA panel monitor with actually a 100Hz refresh rate, 27-inch. It's supposedly frameless, with actually a color garment of sRGB 100%. Nothing too crazy to say the very least. Also has an edgeless design, which I'm curious to look at here because that's definitely something I haven't checked out before. It also supports FreeSync and has built-in speakers to it. So I'm curious to see how good are the speakers, because usually monitor speakers are not particularly the best. So I'm curious to see how that is. And this is my first time actually having a monitor with speakers built in. So I'll be curious to see how that actually is personally for myself as a first time experience. It also supports a 3000:1 contrast ratio, which is nothing too crazy, but it's good enough to get the job done. And on top of that, it has two HDMI ports. These are HDMI 2.0, and the final port on it is actually a display port, which is not HDMI, it's a display port 1.2. Okay, so let's get into the unboxing. So first of all, we gotta remove the actual tape on the back here. There's tapes on the actual handles because they got one of those boxes where they got slips. And so you just see right here with that, we can actually just pop these slips on out like so. And then with that, we should be able to kind of just open the monitor top of the box open. So you can see it there, that was easy. And now what we should be able to do is open it from all sides here. Set it to a side, and then I should be able to slip it on out. So we got a few things right out of the box. First of all, we got a back mount for the actual monitor, it looks like here, which is nothing too crazy here. So you can see of that. We have one actual HDMI cable that came with it, of course, HDMI 2.0, a manual, which is nothing too insane. And then we of course got the actual wall outlet for it, which is pretty nice. We'll set that to the side. And the actual base mount for it too. Then we actually get the monitor itself. Look at that. That is pretty nice. Sceptre monitor. You can already see the I/O in the back here. We got, one display port, like I said earlier, and two HDMIs, and then a 3.5mm jack for actually audio out. So the next thing to do is actually just pull out this monitor and actually assemble it. So that's what we're gonna do here. So I'm just gonna slip that to the side like so. I can set all the styrofoam away. Yeah, this is an edgeless frame. This is probably the skinniest frame I have seen. This is of all time. Like the rim of it is so small. The frameless thing is it's non-existent. You can see this is supposed to be the frame, the bezel, and it is so skinny. At the bottom you can see it still, but besides that though, that's particularly about it. There's also a little bit of thing of tape on the side here just to protect the actual panel itself. So let's assemble the actual monitor now. I'm thinking what we do with the mount and base, you can see it's got a little bit of line up and stuff, as we line it on up, and then when you have it line it on up, if I can get it here. This is probably my least favorite mount of all time we'll work with, just because how the setup is. But besides that though, we got the bite. So now all we do is slip it on in. So what should happen right here, which you can see right here, we have the mount. We should be able to just line up the back side with the mount and then slide it on in, it seems. Oh, okay, that's pretty nice. Looks like the monitor doesn't turn at all with the base, and it also does not go up or down, so it's perfectly parallel. So just something to keep in mind. If you plan to get this monitor, you won't be able to do anything much with it. Unless you wall mount it, then you can do a lot more with the flexibility of it. But this mount doesn't really have any function to it at all. And that we can take out the peel of the monitor. With that, we got the new monitor all set up. So the monitor is now plugged in, all good to go. The only thing we have to do is actually turn it on. And there's a knob on the back. I assume it's one of those things where we push it in, it turns it on. So let's see if that works. Did that work? I pushed it in, it did turn on, okay. So to push it inward, you turn it on, and that's the power button. So we got the monitor all good to go. I guess what we can do now is actually try a gaming test with it, and that way we can actually see if it actually performs really good and how the colors are, because I'm curious to see how it performs now that we got everything up. Okay, so I got the monitor all hooked up to my gaming PC. I did run into one problem with it. When I actually went to hook it up first time around, I actually had to reset some of the settings and the GeForce control panel, because what happened was I had my monitor and the control panel to set like to 1080p, 240 hertz, and the control panel did not work right because it didn't support the output for it. So what you need to make sure to do is go on your control panel for GeForce and actually set it to 1080p, 100 hertz. So that way it actually works for it. So that's what I did in order to fix it. So just in case if you have that problem like I did, that's what I did in order to get the. But so far this monitor looks pretty good. My only one complaint with this monitor so far, it feels like the mount is somewhat crooked, and I'm not entirely sure if it's just because of my desk might be warped or it might be something else, but it seems like the monitor mount is kind of warped. But maybe I'm just noticing that and it's just weird. And I also want to say this too, it's at a tilted angle where it doesn't look perfectly parallel to me. Like right now I have it angled just for you guys, but even when I put it, like for example here, directly towards me, it feels a little bit warped. But also the monitor, how it is slightly curving downward, which I don't like that, and you can't push it up, which is just a little bit on the infuriating side. Nothing too insane though, but definitely if Sceptre watches this video, they should definitely fix that. So I got ghosting UFO loaded up here, and you can see right here there's a little bit of ghosting. Nothing too insane though, but honestly it's definitely one of those things where it is like noticeable, but I don't think it'll really impact your performance by too much. So I figured out how to get the menu to work. I didn't realize it, but if you actually go to the little gimbal on the back here, or the nimble, I guess you could call it, you of course push it in to turn it off and on. And if you want to get access to everything, you just go behind there. You can drag it whichever direction you want. You can go to audio. You can see the audio levels. So we're just going to kind of increase this like this so to see how the audio sounds from this, because this does have speakers. I'm kind of curious to see like how loud this is. Okay, yeah, there is audio. It's already coming out of it here. Let me just drag this up. That's not that good. It comes from the back of the thing, which is bouncing on my wall, and it's kind of just like, no, I can't even hear it. So I maxed out the audio from this thing, and I also maxed out on the side too. So like, just listen to this. That audio is not that good. Like the picture from this, the sRGB being 100%, looks really good. The audio from the actual speakers though is not something I would recommend anyone playing off of. Just get a headset and some actual speakers and just do that. Okay, so the monitor all set up. I have MSI Afterburner going. We're currently hitting over 200 FPS to being around like 280. So the 100 hertz is definitely working. Feels very smooth. Like compared to my 240 hertz monitor, it's not as smooth, but it's pretty nice compared to my 60 hertz. Like compared to my 60 hertz where I used to have, it is significantly way better. Oh, I forgot, I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm on a laggy server right now for Apex. I originally was thinking maybe it's the monitor itself that's having some input latency, but I'm pretty sure at the same time it isn't too. Oh shoot, I'm dead. Okay, so the game wise feels pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm on a laggy server right now, but gameplay wise with the monitor, the colors look really nice. The game feels buttery smooth. And that's practically about it. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cool. So I figured out if you were to go to the gimbal in the back here, when you push it to the side, if you push it to the left, you can change which input you want this to use, which is pretty nice. And you can just select that. That's pretty cool. And then the other thing, you push it to the right, you can actually choose different modes. You have preset standard, user, movie, which is a little bit brighter. I actually like that. Eco, FPS, and also RTS. I think let's try this FPS thing. So CS:GO time. So the one thing I will say about this monitor that I really like is the borders, how they're very seamless. Like the edging on these are really cool. Like it doesn't really get in the way, it doesn't take too much space, it feels very nice. Dude, this will be really great though with a multi-monitor setup. Like if you get like 3 of these and a 3-monitor setup, that would probably feel super freaking good. And I actually just got doing there. Okay, so next up we got the finals. I got the game all loaded up and stuff. So far looks pretty good, especially with like the FPS mode on. You can actually see the colors too look a little bit more popping, especially in this game. I have no motion blur enabled, just by the way. It's just the way it looks on camera. It's kind of weird, but I think like it's not bad. So we're only hitting around 80 FPS in the finals, around 90 sometimes too, but like we aren't hitting that 100 FPS with it, so it's not going to be as smooth as it was in CS:GO and Apex Legends because we were easily hitting 100 FPS. This game's a little bit more demanding. So that's kind of why I want to do it too, because the colors on this one are really, really nice in this game. But in the... Oh no, this is not the time to load at all. Okay, we got our first kill in this game. This game is so fast-paced. I cannot keep up with people in it at all. Got cooked that guy. Got the heavy guy. Steal the cash out, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm gonna get it. Oh, I'm getting stunned. I'm getting stun killed. Oh, damn. Okay, the finals feels pretty good with it too. So let's go on my final thoughts for this monitor. So you might be wondering now, what are my final thoughts on this monitor? Is it good? Is it bad? Would I recommend it? I don't know, man. This monitor is like $109. So like for the price you get for it, you get a nice 27-inch monitor that supports 100 hertz. But on top of that, it has some things that are not the best, like the speakers on this. I would not recommend you buy this just for the speakers to be used with it, because the speakers were not that good. But the other thing too is this mount is very, very limited on what you can do with it. There's like no flexibility whatsoever, and it's very tilted downwards. So like, unless you want to like have your head like adjusted weirdly for this, then you can do with it. But besides that though, I don't know. The one thing I will say about this though, this monitor will be very nice with a multi-monitor setup with wall hanging, just because the screw holes on the back are already there. It's already got that very seamless look with the edging, with it being edgeless. So I feel like this would be great for a monitor setup if you have like, you want to spend like, let's say $300 to $320 on an actual, was it all three triple monitor setup, all like placed around. You got like one in front, two on the sides, seamless look. This would be a good monitor for that, just because of that exact reason. But besides that though, would I recommend buying this? I don't know. If you have $110 and you want to buy this just because you can, then go for it. But in my personal opinion, if you're able to save up $110, you should be able to save up another $100 to another $70 and get yourself a better monitor. Because we reviewed a monitor recently from AOC that had a better actual mount, that it was like 180 up and down, which was pretty nice. But on top of that too, it was a 27-inch curved monitor with a 240 hertz refresh rate with a half a millisecond response time and some other stuff. So like, if you're able to save up under $100, you can get a way better monitor for $200 to $300. So that's just a me thing personally, but if you have a budget, I completely understand. So I would say this is a good budget monitor, but I would recommend just saving up more to get an even better monitor, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's my honest review on this monitor here today. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to smash the like button. If you guys don't miss some future tech content, because we got a PC build coming this month, plus we're doing something stupid with memory. My brother needed more RAM, so we got him 64 gigabytes of RAM. So we're gonna see how many Chrome tabs we can open, and we will be reviewing that. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that cool content, you know, get subscribed, and have a great day. Tech Grant.